Disaster in Puerto Rico.
Storm after storm, Puerto Rico desperately needs supplies.
Over 60% of the island is still without power.
After Hurricane Fiona, Puerto Rico needed fuel. Yet right offshore, within sight of land, was this tanker carrying a full load of fuel. But the U.S. government forbade it to come ashore. For days, it just sat here while people suffered.
Long lines for diesel, long lines for gasoline.
Why didn't they let the ship deliver its fuel? Because of a stupid law with a stupid name, the Jones Act.
It restricts domestic shipping to vessels that are U.S. built and U.S. crewed.
Because this ship was registered in the Marshall Islands, it wasn't allowed to bring its fuel ashore. Your rules really hurt people.
They don't. What the Jones Act does is ensure reliable, dedicated service.
Jennifer Carpenter speaks for the American Maritime Partnership. They represent ship owners, builders, and labor unions. They demand that the government forbid these efficient foreign ships from competing with American ships. And politicians obey.
My strong support for the Jones Act.
When the Jones Act strangles places, reporters often ask,
why not lift the Jones Act?
And even tough guy politicians hesitate.
But we have a lot of shippers and a lot of people and a lot of people that work in the shipping industry that don't want the Jones Act lifted.
So basically, you're giving money to politicians and they ban your competition.
The Jones Act is a time-tested American security law, so we are not at the mercy of foreign powers, foreign vessels, foreign mariners.
We use foreign mariners and foreign vessels every day.
Cato Institute trade specialist Scott Lincecum points out that foreign vessels travel to America all the time. Here they are one recent day, crowding into New York Harbor.
It is only in shipping between American ports that we don't allow for those vessels.
Think about that. Foreign ships can deliver from China to America, Russia to America, but not from Seattle to Alaska, Los Angeles to Hawaii, Miami to Puerto Rico. That's illegal? I asked the lobbyists, why couldn't desperate Puerto Ricans get this fuel, which was right offshore?
There was a U.S. flag ship en route to Puerto Rico.
But the U.S. ship wasn't there yet. Carpenter mocks the foreign competitor who got there first.
Foreign oil trader that thought they could make a quick buck by using a foreign ship instead. There was no shortage of fuel on Puerto Rico.
But there was.
There is a fuel shortage that is keeping most generators from helping.
Puerto Rico's governor begged the Biden administration to waive the Jones Act, and the bureaucrats finally did.
The Biden administration has moved to allow a non-U.S. flagged ship to transport fuel to Puerto Rico.
When not blocking needed supplies, the main thing the Jones Act does is make Americans pay more for things.
The Jones Act cost the average Hawaii family about $1,800 a year.
Did banning foreigners at least do good things for America's shipbuilding industry? No.
America, to build the largest fleet of cargo ships ever to sail the seven seas.
50 years ago, America built about 18 ships every year. Last year, just one. America's fleet once had 250 ships, now 90. There were once more than 400 American shipyards. 300 are now gone. Because of your monopoly, American shipyards keep closing. They don't have any competition, so they don't improve.
Competition within our industry and with other modes of transportation is vigorous. It is dog eat dog.
No, it's not, because the best dogs are banned.
The U.S. government is not subsidizing U.S. shipyards in the way that many of our strategic competitors and allies are doing.
Okay, that's true. And it's good that America gives out fewer subsidies. But foreign subsidies are only a small part of why American ships are so much more expensive.
4 to 5 times more expensive to build a ship in the United States than to do so in a place like Japan or Korea or in our NATO ally countries. The difference really is decades and decades of being protected from competition, simply not having to innovate.
No American shipyard builds ships like this that hold natural gas because of the Jones Act. That's a big problem.
New England is facing its highest energy costs in more than 25 years.
This New England governor knows what to blame.
The Jones Act, this antiquated 100-year-old union-driven policy.
So does this energy company president who wants to buy natural gas.
That's down in the Gulf that we could access if we could get relief from the Jones Act.
He wants the gas. He can't get gas for the winter.
Why didn't you enter into long-term contracts to ensure a reliable supply of gas or whatever fuel you needed to run your plants? Your planning is not a Jones Act problem. It's a planning problem.
I did bad planning. Why can't I use the South Korean ship?
A Jones Act waiver is not the way to address poor planning.
Thanks to people like her, today waivers are even more restricted. You give politicians money not to grant waivers.
Hold up. All right, let's unpack this. Frankly, waivers should be safe, legal, and rare. What we too often see is somebody's trying to make a quick buck. There's no national defense need. There's no shortage of product. It's, hey, I could save some money.
But saving money is good for consumers. It's good for everyone, except America's shipping monopoly. They don't want competition. Of course, most industries don't.
Don't sell the tough American short.
American car makers didn't want competition. They worried as foreign cars won American consumers.
It's no secret a lot of people believe American cars aren't built as well as Japanese or European cars.
Because American automakers were forced to compete with Volkswagen, Honda, Toyota, they stepped up their game.
No one can say our cars don't stack up.
Just like foreign competition improved American automobiles, foreign competition would do the same for American-made ships.
He's right. Competition works. The Jones Act should die. We'd all be better off if America's shipping industry had to compete. I can't believe this stupid Jones Act, yet that's how much of our government works. Established industries manipulate politicians to get special deals for themselves at the average person's expense. We'll keep reporting on that here, wherever we see it. If you run across any video that really tells that story, please go to johnstossel.com and send it to us.